4-1 over the Buffalo Sabres. Yes, the Chicago Blackhawks come back to Chicago and beat the Buffalo Sabres 4-1, and it was a great game. Kirby Dach had a great performance today. He looked like he could honestly put up 4 goals how well he was playing. But he did not. He played that great. He managed to get a couple tonight, but we'll talk about that pretty soon here. The Hawks beat the Buffalo Sabres 4-1, and they follow up a good night with another great night. That's what I meant to say there. But the Chicago Blackhawks come on top and beat the Buffalo Sabres in the great city of Chicago. And Buffalo's own Patrick Kane had a great game to show as well, trying to get Kirby a Hattie in the game. I will talk about that shortly. Well, let's talk about the shots on goal. 34 for the Sabres, 27 for the Hawks. And the Hawks managed keeping a team down below 40 shots in a while. Wow, that's surprising with how things have gone lately for the Chicago Blackhawks, giving up so many shots. Mainly because Connor Murphy's back on the Hawks lineup, and he's one of the key players that helps keep shots against down. So let's talk about the shots of the game during each period. 13 in the first period for the Sabres, 10 for the Hawks. 11 for the Sabres in the second period, 10 for the Hawks. 10 for the Sabres in the third period, 7 for the Hawks. So 34-27 in favor of the Sabres. But the Hawks come out on top. Carter Hutton looked pretty good in net for the Sabres, but Corey Crawford looked great in net for the Hawks. Crawford, he's great against the Sabres, and they kept him in net against them, and he played outstanding yet again for his career versus the Sabres. Now I'm not mistaken, 11 games he's won against the Sabres out of 11 times he's faced them. That's pretty good there. But the Hawks beat the Sabres 4-1, and let's get into the goals of the game. Why not? Alright, to start the scoring off at 15:43 in the first period, scored by number 77. His first of the night, Kirby Dach. His fourth of the season, assisted by number 8, Dominic Kubalik, and number 65, Andrew Shaw. This goal by Kirby went off the backhand, deflects in off Jack Eichel's stick, and goes past Carter Hutton. Nice goal by Kirby Dach, and nice passing to get it up to Kirby for him to go on the backhand to score his first of the night and fourth of the season. And the backhand's a key for tonight's game, I've noticed, especially for Kirby, because that's the only goal scored in the first period, so we go to the second period. And there's only one goal scored again in the second period. And it's again by your Blackhawks, number 77, his second of the night, fifth of the season, Kirby Dach. Assisted by number 15, Zach Smith. And number 6, Oli Mata. And this goal was even nicer than his first one. He double dekes Hutton, goes in off the backhand over Hutton's blocker side shoulder, and gets the Hawks a 2-0 lead for his second of the night. So at that point, I thought, had he potentially coming from Kirby? But nope, he gets that doesn't happen, but he plays outstanding in the game throughout. He did take a penalty in the late minute, like the last second of the second period, goes to the box for the third period, and he's in the box. Honestly, it seemed like one of those plays that were kind of strange hockey play where guy skated into Kirby, he was skating off the ice, and Kirby took out. I want to say it was Scandella of the Sabres. So the Sabres have a power play. But in the second period, we get one of those weird one-look takes from Brandon Saad in the game because there was a fight in it. Saad looks like this in the game, wondering what the heck's going on here. And Eric Gustafsson decides to drop the gloves with Jimmy Vesey. Vesey was slashing at Gus in a rush, and Gus said, "Look like, who the heck are you?" And then he basically said, "You want to go if you keep doing this?" So they both dropped the gloves. Gus didn't come out on top in the fight. He fell onto the ice, but there was a couple good punches thrown in the game, and that little bit of a fight happening. So we end up going to having a pretty fun second period of play. And now we go to the third period, Hawks up 2-0. At Tree 42 in the third period on the power play, scored by number 88, Buffalo's own Patrick Kane, his 11th of this season. And it was unassisted because this was off a face-off 50-50 puck. Kane receives it and just blasts it past Carter Hutton. Hawks come out with a 3-0 lead over the Sabres. Nice goal by Patrick Kane, putting it up against his hometown team to extend a point streak to 9 games. Congratulations there, Kaner. So, Hawks have a 3-0 lead. They look to extend the lead even more. At 8:57 in the third period, scored by your captain, number 19, Jonathan Toews, his 4th of the season, assisted by number 20, Brandon Saad, and number 7, Brent Seabrook, to make it a 4-0 lead for the Chicago Blackhawks. This goal was a nice one, giving the Hawks a 4-0 lead over the Sabres. It was more of so a 2-on-1 break. Saad feeds it right over to Toews, and Toews gets it in the net. Speaking of Saad, he had a couple opportunities. What happened was, that's not how the goal went in. Saad took the puck up on a rush. He tried getting it in on Hutton, lose it, and the puck goes all the way down to the trapezoid. Saad keeps the puck though, and feeds it right over to Toews, and Toews blasts it in. My bad, I meant to say that. I don't know why I said a 2-on-1 break. There was a 2-on-1 break with Toews and Kane and Saad in the period, and nothing came from it. But it was a nice opportunity by the Chicago Blackhawks to extend the lead. Taser's goal was nice, and it was a great pass by Brandon Saad. But, as you can see, the Sabres scored a goal. And it was scored by Jack Eichel, his 13th of the season, 5th in just 2 nights of play, to make it 1-0. Calvin DeHaan mishandles the puck, goes right in the defensive zone. Calvin DeHaan mishandles, which is strange. DeHaan's been one of our better defensemen this year. He hasn't really had a mistake like that all season. So he mishandles the puck. It goes onto Eichel's stick. Eichel takes it up, battling Duncan Keith, and gets it behind Corey Crawford, making it a 4-1 game. And great, but other than that, it was a great performance by the Chicago Blackhawks, extending a win streak and playing good Hawks hockey. I liked how well they played tonight. So, let's talk about the 3 stars of the night, why not? With 1 goal, and of your Blackhawks, number 88, for the 3rd star of the night, Patrick Kane. Which, well deserved. It's against his hometown team. Kaner played well. He gets the 3rd star of the night. Then, facing 34 shots, making 33 saves, for the 2nd star of the night, number 50, Corey Crawford. Well deserved by Crow. He played on his head. He looked like he could have got a shutout, but nope. Eichel scored a goal, to ruin the shutout night that Crawford was bidding. And then, from your Blackhawks, for the 1st star of the night, with 2 goals, his 5th and 4th of the season, scored by number 77, Kirby Dach. Well deserved by Kirby. He looked like he could have had 4 goals tonight. Patrick Kane was trying to get him that hat trick in the last minute of play, but unfortunately, Kirby could not get the hattie. But Kirby gets the 1st star of the night with 2 goals, well deserved. And he played probably his best game of the season, in my opinion, tonight versus the Buffalo Sabres. So, I want to hear what your thoughts are from tonight's game, and because it was a great game to watch if you missed it. But I do know you enjoyed the outcome. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And most of all, let's go Hawks!